Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and today we are going to be going back at it again with Todd McFarlane's Total Chaos. This time we're going to be taking a look at the one and only Poacher, who is apparently for ages 5 and up, but I wouldn't say that. But yeah, this is Total Chaos. This is Series 2. This is Poacher with mammoth-sized weapons, and that part isn't incorrect. He has a ton of stuff, and it's all massive. So, we will get into the inaccuracy with that later. But here is the rest of Series 2. So, you are familiar with Quartz here. I've already reviewed him, and I do plan to get the rest of those guys at some point. So, here is Spawn Series 8. I have Rotar and plan to get some other ones. There's Manga Spawn, Series 9. Don't have any of those. You have the movie line there. I have Disco Priest and Clown. And then here is some directions. Now you notice something that it says like where all this stuff goes. And it says gun pins into left hand. Now I'm going to tell you right now, despite what this shows and despite what this picture shows, he did not come with a gun. And before you make the argument that it's like, oh, you know, the guy that sold you this, you know, had the gun but didn't include it or lost or stuff like that. No, I don't think that's the case because I got this guy in package, and there wasn't a gun in the package. And from what I can tell, there seems to be like another version of this figure because this guy is pretty dark in terms of color. And the picture that's shown right here, it's a pretty light picture. So it seems like there was another version of him, and I do know that there is another version of this figure that's in a box, and it's not a box like this. It's almost shaped like a fish tank, and that one does come with a gun. So maybe that's what that is referring to, but I don't know for sure. All I know is if you're expecting a look at this gun, well, that's the best that you're going to get because he didn't come with that. But I'm not too worried about that. It's just a disclaimer, and yeah, so there is his bio. As you can see here, he is part of the domain. So, we looked at the Accord last time around. This time around, we're looking at the domain. I think this is a pretty good guy to have for the domain. So, he comes with a ton of stuff. So, basically, I'm not upset that he doesn't come with a gun because he has all of that. But anyway, we will look at that after we look at this guy. So, here he is. And this guy is incredible. I mean, just this guy's sculpt alone, I think, makes up for it. So, here he is. He actually has some size to him. He's definitely, you could actually put this guy in with 1/10 scale figures if you wanted, because he is really big. But in terms of a more accurate comparison, here he is with the Total Chaos Al Simmons that we looked at last time. So, yeah, he still has some size to him. And then as far as how much size to him he has, let's find out together. He stands from the bottom of his elephant mammoth foot to the top of his head. Looks like he is pretty much exactly 7 inches. Or flipping that around, he stands at, let's say, 18 centimeters. So he definitely has some size to him, and I think that that is cool, because this guy is a mammoth, so he's supposed to be big. And my goodness, just look at the detail here. So first off, you'll notice the texture on his skin. It definitely looks kind of like rhino or like elephant type skin, which obviously makes sense given his character. So I think that that's cool. I do like his eyes. His eyes are just like these black sockets there. You can see that he's got some rings. He's got some jewelry on. So that's pretty cool. He seems like he's definitely a collector of sorts, you know, just kind of collecting everything that he finds. He's got this really big necklace there it's almost like this, I don't know what color that is. It's almost like a copper color. So I think that's pretty cool. You got these like bone necklaces here. If I turn his head around, you can see there's a skull on the front of the necklace there, and then you got some like bones necklaces and that kind of thing. You got like this like leather strap here. Obviously this is plastic, but it looks like it's like this leather or like alligator skin strap there, and there's like a leather piece attached to it. He's got like a navel piercing, but it's a bone. Then you got some other, like, you got some metal. He has a spawn orb there. That's kind of interesting. So maybe he has defeated a hell spawn in the past. I don't know. he seems like the kind of guy that would stand up to a Hellspawn and would probably win the fight. I mean, this guy could probably step on him, and then that would be the end of the fight. So, there we go. He's got some more metal and some more beads and bands and stuff like that. He's got some skulls on a bracelet there. That's pretty cool. And then over here, he's got he's got like a bone armband there. He's got some, almost looks like leather bands here. And then he does have a couple of, rings on there. So that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, as far as his, whatever this thing is, I mean, I guess it's like a loincloth, but this part is clearly supposed to be metal. Now, he did come off, in the package, he did come with this cloth piece here. It was actually detached. And so he just kind of put it on there. So there you go. Now you can hide his, I don't know if what you would call that, but yeah, you can hide that. You got some stuff here on the sides. Again, it looks like it's, whoop, it came off, but that's okay. So it almost looks like it's metal on the sides, and then it's supposed to be cloth on the front and the back. He's got a little tail there that doesn't move, so do be aware of that. This will probably break if you try to move it, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, this came off. It just goes right back in, and then there you go. And then as far as his legs, he's got some more like leather straps and some more bones. He's got a knife right here. And yeah, nothing on that side, but that's okay. This guy is already like loaded up. And then as far as his back, this is really cool. So he has this massive, it's not really like a backpack. It's more like a container for all of his stuff. And as you can tell from the art here, he is definitely supposed to carry a whole bunch of stuff, as he should. So let's get into that after we go over his articulation real quick. So his head does rotate. You could turn it all the way around if you wanted. His arms they don't go out this way at all, but they do. Theoretically, they could rotate all the way around, but this kind of gets in the way of that. So they do go forward and back at least. There's nothing for this arm as far as a bicep or elbow joint, but there is a swivel for the bicep up here, and then there is a swivel at the wrist there for both sides. So there you go. And then his torso does move around like that. It's a pretty generous joint. And then he does have a V cut for his legs, and they don't go out very far. Looks like I can get his foot going about that far forward and about that far back. So yeah, it's not a whole lot, but that's okay. I picture this guy just standing most of the time anyway, as he stalks his prey. But yeah, so that's about it for articulation. Pretty basic stuff. Now, what isn't pretty basic is all of this stuff. So he comes with this, and this is a massive staff. It's got this like golden texture to it. It's a similar shade to his necklace and all of that. So it's kind of like this coppery gold color. I'm not entirely sure what color this is supposed to be. We got like these they're not ridges, but it's almost like this like marbling in the plastic to make it look old and weathered and that kind of thing. And there is a clip there. So what you can do with this is you can fit it. Whoops, his thing fell off again, but that's okay. So you can fit it into his hand like so, and he can, carry it like that. Or you could also use this hook on the back here, and you could put it into his well, you get the idea. You could put it into his container over here, and then there you go. So he can have that if you want. And he also comes with a whole bunch of bones. I guess these are some stuff from his previous victims. So you have this massive, I don't know what this is, a femur? I don't know, this might be a giant femur or something. I don't know what this is supposed to be. But you got some like ridges on there, and it definitely looks like bone. If you saw my Scourge figure review from Spawn Series 7, he kind of had this kind of texture, so maybe he stole some parts from Scourge. Maybe he ripped his other arm off. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, and then he comes with this. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Any of you that know like anatomy or like bones or anything like that, let me know in the comments, like what are these supposed to be, because I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, you got that, and it looks like it's broken off there. So maybe this was a bone from a larger foe that he just was like, I don't need all this. I'm just going to break it right here. So there you go. And then you have this tusk. You did notice, you probably noticed that his tusks are a little broken, and that's part of the design of the character. It's not a problem with the figure, so he's supposed to look like that. But yeah, you could get the idea that he was supposed to have tusks like that. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then he also comes with this, which is kind of broken right here. So it's like, it goes up and then it's got this kind of part and it's broken like that too. And again, that's by design. It's not a problem with the actual plastic. It's just the design. But what you're supposed to do with all of this is you are actually supposed to put all of it back here. So you just kind of throw all of this. You're supposed to throw these three pieces kind of back here like that. And then you're supposed to take this massive piece and clip it onto this clip area that's down there. So you just kind of put it in like that. And then there you go. Now he's more stocked up. He can be like, it's like, don't mess with me because, as you can tell, I have fought more than one opponent in my past. So there you go. There's that. He does also come with a knife. I think this knife looks really cool. So it's got this like wooden handle and then it's got this like sharp stone edge to it. That's pretty cool. So there you go. And then what you can do with this is you can plug it onto his side here. It's almost like a belt. So you can just kind of plug it into his belt. If I can, just kind of put it in there like that. You get the idea. You get the idea. So just kind of plugs in there like that. You could also put it into his hand like so. That's pretty cool. And then he does also come with this. So more collection of bones here. And you can kind of put these wherever you want. But you got like some string here and a whole bunch of skulls and all of that. And yeah, this is supposed to, you can really put this wherever. So yeah, you can just kind of put it around his hand or something like that, so there you go. And then he does also come with this. Told you he has a lot of stuff. So he comes with a skull that's attached to like some rope here. It's two different colors. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, there is that. And this actually plugs into his front right here. So as you can tell with these circles on here, one of them sticks out, and it's because you're supposed to attach that to there. This thing keeps falling off, but that is okay. So we will just put that right back in place, and then we'll put this over here, and then there you go. So there's that. And then the last things that he comes with, this is finally the end of it. So he came with these two different things here. So he comes with this metal thing with a whole bunch of spikes on it, and then he's got like some rope, and then he also comes with this massive staff. And it almost looks like it could be like, a walking stick, or it could also be like a pipe, that kind of thing, like a tobacco pipe. But what you're supposed to do is you're actually supposed to plug both of these in together. And I was able to do that, but then I dropped the figure and the joint actually snapped like that. So I can't get them back together. So do be warned with that it could be easy for these to break off. So do be careful with that, but I don't personally mind it because I think that this guy could, he could use a walking stick like that. And then he could put this back here and it could be like another weapon that he has with his arsenal. So there you go. There is Poacher from Total Chaos Series 2. And I personally really recommend this guy. Just having a big animal mammoth dude with a ton of weapons. And again, if you get the box that looks like a fish tank, then he will come with a gun as well. So if you want him with a gun, there you go, pick that up. But if you enjoyed this video, do be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think of this guy if you feel so inclined. Check out my other reviews of Total Chaos as well as the other classic McFarlane figures because I have a lot of those and I do intend to continue that. But that's all I have for now. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you all later.